of group text and
Behind the velvet rope.
yes, I'm Melissa. And of course, you've got David, and we love to catch up once a month and talk everything reality. Oh, David, we got a lot.
I don't even know where to begin, Melissa, but I
Okay.
think I feel like I say that every time you and I sit down to chat.
Yes. Okay. So let's start with the big story, which is Kyle and Mauricio. Bring us up to speed.
I mean, there's so much back and forth on this, you know, like, first of all, like, this was in People magazine, you know how it works. I feel when it's in People magazine, they don't just pull it out of nowhere, right? So they announced that they were separating. And since then, people have just gone awry. So many people are saying it's fake news. They did release a joint statement that says we're not divorcing. We've had a very tough year. So, I mean, I guess you're separating, you're not divorcing. You know, now there's rumors. I mean, there's been rumors about Mauricio throughout the years about certain infidelities. Who knows if they're true? Now there's rumors about Kyle and Morgan Wade, this country singer, you know, and recently, I don't know if you saw this because this happened like in the past, I think 5 or 6 hours, Andy Cohen, this thing is circulating now that Andy was at the premiere for the Real Housewives of New York City. And one of the new New York housewives, Brynn Whitfield, said to Andy, he said, or the reporter said, who do you think's the hottest house husband? And she said Mauricio, and Andy said he's available. It was not really a hot mic moment, but it was kind of. I don't know if he really understood it was being picked up, and that's now out there.
Yeah, but Andy is, you know, smart like a fox. He knew that was gonna, that is gonna pick up steam. And what you said though is that Beverly Hills went cameras back up.
Cameras back up.
Which, for people who don't understand, that means it's been wrapped, it's been done, the show has been locked, something happens, and they have to actually go back and start filming again, which is the second time they've had to do this year.
If you count Atlanta with Drew and Ralph's divorce, third, really. Vanderpump is the one you're referring to. So, I mean, I wonder if this is just the new trend in reality TV, that this is the world we live in. Things move fast, Melissa.
But don't you wonder how much of this is what is to generate PR? Because the franchises, the Real House franchises, are still doing great, but they're not the juggernauts they were. I mean, you can see that with the complete reboot of New York, which we'll get to in a minute, about they're doing the press rounds, and that people are already kind of like, not loving this very sort of kumbaya, and that all they're arguing about is a cheese platter and what restaurant to go to. But we'll get to that. So, okay. And then there's the story about Morgan Wade and Kyle having matching tattoos. Now, I'm going to kind of call not bullshit on that, but they're not like these super unique tattoos. They're the outline of a little heart. You know, I can name 1,000 people who have that same tattoo.
Yes. And, you know, they're saying that Morgan has a K tattoo. Well, her ex-girlfriend's name is Katie. So is Katie Cody. So Katie starts with a K, Kyle starts with a K. So, you know, this could be for your ex-girlfriend, you know, and I guess they have matching rings, but the rings themselves are also very generic. So I think it's a lot of, I mean, I know there's a lot of talk out there that this is Kyle's sober coach. Then Kyle releases a statement that she's 1 year sober. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like Kyle and Mauricio are now trying to distance themselves from this separation rumor, because they're posting pictures of them in Aspen like they did a few weeks ago, that everything's happy. They're both, I don't know. Now, I just think where there's smoke, there's fire. Like, I don't think this is now a happily married couple like I thought they were. This story just didn't come out of nowhere.
But also, like you said, they did release a statement saying they were separating.
Yeah.
And then everyone's saying divorce, and then they release a second statement. It's all very confusing, but it's going to make for great TV.
It's going to make for great TV.
But, and also though, this is the stuff that the viewers want to see, which makes me bring up New York, which has kind of been like, the premiere was kind of like,
My DMs are so mixed on this. I think everyone wanted to hate it. So I think there are a certain group of people that are like, wow, okay, like maybe I'll hang in there. But that's not really an overly positive thing when you expect it to hate it. But so many people are just like, right, what are we talking about? We're talking about cheese. And I really don't want to get to know a new group of people. The premiere, like, I don't know if they factored in like DVR and all that, but the ratings I finally saw, I don't know if I told you this, were like 600,000. They were in the sixes. So that's not so great to start out with.
Where were they before, in the millions?
I think like low millions, maybe last season. Even I think last season, season 13, that started this whole reboot, I think was higher. I think was maybe in the sevens.
But those are still enormous numbers.
Yeah.
Those are enormous ratings. Again, in the news is our favorite. I'm so like torn whether to suddenly ask you about the fact that Potomac, here they are playing nice in New York, and Potomac just had a knockdown, drag out fight a la New Jersey, which no one has resigned for yet. I mean, it's just the behind the scenes with this is just crazy.
It's crazy. I mean, New Jersey, there were these fake rumors out there that the contracts were sent out, but no contracts have been sent out for New Jersey. So it's like, the bottom line is they don't know what to do in New Jersey still. There are these rumors that everyone is coming back. I'm starting to believe that everyone is coming back, but they don't know what to do because Teresa is like, I'm not going to film with Melissa, or I'm not going to engage with her. So in New Jersey, they have a big problem. But yeah, to your point, I don't know, like, what do people want? Because people say New Jersey is so toxic. We don't want to watch another season of Melissa and Teresa knocking each other out. We just had this video with Potomac, which everyone seems to be talking about. So it's like, do you want, and a lot of people have said with New York, wow, this is so nice and it's so refreshing. It's like the old days of Housewives where we were arguing over nothing. I can't tell what people, like, if people don't want New York and they're not watching, do you want this other stuff? And if you do, then don't say it's so toxic and you're so upset. It's like, what do you want?
But because here's the thing, everybody thinks they want all the nice, and it's like a nice palate cleanser. But how many weeks can you watch it that? And how much before it becomes an eye roll that it's a bunch of rich women going, not a trendy enough restaurant.
Yeah.
That gets old. And for a lot of us that are viewers, unfortunately, we have friends that are like that, and we find them genuinely annoying.
Yeah.
You have friends like that. I have friends like that. I have a friend that I just went to dinner with, and it literally was 2 days of trying to decide where to have dinner. And, I just was like, you pick, I don't care. But it was like, well, should we go here? Oh, but this place is newer and trendier, but this place has better food. I'm like, literally after 2 days, I was going to pull my hair out. So I don't know what I'm going to do watching a whole season of who has the nicer charcuterie board.
And then you want to know, Melissa, why I just want to stay home and work. Like,
It's like, me too.
Like, I'm okay with no friends. Let me just go on record. I'm